soil issues. So here we have land that's degraded and struggling. Farming soil issues, crop farming issues, it doesn't matter. Is it humus you're trying to grow? What is it that you're trying to do on your property? Okay, here we're going to explain it. You have layers. You have layers, soil horizon layers. In farming, it is very, very important that these layers are considered because this is how soil grows. Now, it doesn't matter if you're in a swamp area or a location that's heavily impacted by anaerobic situations. These can all be resolved. Now, the easiest and quickest way to do this is by contacting earthloveglobal.com.au and simply fill out the inquiry form and get the team out to your property. This is going to fast track your ecosystems and your property. So we're going to walk over here. Now this is a very struggling area here, but over here it's doing a little bit better. Now why would it be doing better here than back over there? There's a lot more green, so that would be nitrogen and magnesium, and over there is really depleted. So mowing and slashing is off the cards. You're better off grazing any location. This is a soil issue because when you slash the land, the organic matter actually gets obliterated and the soil is bare to the sun. Now this is an issue, especially in drought situations. You need a minimum of 200 mil on your soils. Now we could go all the way up and over into that tree line over there, but we're going to stick over here today and I'm going to teach you a few soil issues for farming in Australia. Here we have the seeds, right? This is the next generation seeds. So right here is in fact the way to regenerate your land, allowing it to seed and drop. If you've got animals and you're chewing out the location before the seeds are germinating on a large scale, then you're depleting the ability of that ecosystem to thrive and regenerate by itself. Are you chewing it out where there is absolutely no ground cover? The issues is you're going to be eliminating from the sun microbes, bacteria, fungi, and everything that's living in the soil, including worms. Why? Because the soil heats up, and guess what? The top layer is the most important layer of all, because this is where your organic layer is. You need a significant amount of organic matter to build your biodiversity in your soils. So right here, this heats up with the sun. So we got moisture right now, we had rain last night, and the sun comes out, heats it up, and it goes hard and compacted, and then the plants go anaerobic in that area because the compaction and there's hardly any oxygen. You can manually go through and aerate, but typically the main lesson here is you would need to have cover, ground cover, mulch, anything that can cover the soil. This will fix the soil issue of evaporation. This will solve the issue of depletion of fungi and bacteria in your soil. This will solve the issues of non-productive locations. So everywhere that you can grow as much as you can. In this situation, I would use Earth Love Global's Myco 15 product and apply it over the surface area. it will attach to the root systems of these grasses here, and it will close in very rapidly. Why? Because the Myco 15 is designed to aerate the soil. This is a good seed coating dressing. So if you're having issues with uncoated seeds not germinating, then Myco 15 is the way to go with regenerating and germinating your seeds for your ecosystem. So we've touched base on aeration of soil for farming issues. We've touched base on drought issues where, you know, you just can't seem to get an ecosystem to thrive. And then we've touched base on compaction. So here is heavily compacted, and Earth Love Global, what we would do here is not manually, but we would utilize 7 million worms per hectare of land. Now this is very vital because worms will decompact the soil. This will eliminate issues with you trying to unlock the ability of the soils so then your plants can grow. But guess what? To feed your worms and to keep them alive, you need the worms to have fungi and bacteria. And guess what? It goes back to this as well. Your organic matter that feeds the fungi and bacteria and carbohydrates, which then feed the worms. Not only that, what else is here is the simple fact that the sun can heat up the soil, and in fact, any soil that is bare, the sun, when it heats it up, will penetrate and heat up the soil and evaporate 1.5 meters back in under any crop, any grass, anywhere. This is why a lot of land and a lot of places struggle to grow. Now this is the issue, is getting enough mulch to mulch out and solve that issue. But the easiest way is to, one, you can utilize Earth Love Global's compost teas. You can utilize Earth Love Global's pasture management services. You can utilize multiple different species of plants, cover crops, and so on and so forth. Here, see, we've got the next generation of seeds again. So the problem here is the plants are too low to the ground. Slashing will cause this issue, and no matter how long you try to slash for, it is not going to work. The best way is to put some ramps on the slasher, lift the slasher up half the height of any pasture that you're cutting, and just trim the top off. But still, I would use a sickle mower or something like a hedging trimmer, that like a sickle mower that will chop and it will fall down onto the ground. This will create cover for the areas that are struggling to grow. Then you need to ramp up your fungi and bacteria to break down that organic matter. That organic matter will feed your worms. Your worms will then produce oxygen. Then your plants will start to come alive. So this is the holistic way to regenerate million-acre properties across Australia. If you would like more information and how to, or you would like to be guided, or simply you want Earth Love Global's services to help you regenerate your soil humus, we can produce in nature. Soil humus takes roughly about 500 years to make 1 inch, and Earth Love Global are doing anywhere from 1 to 6 inches in just 1.6 years. And this is all natural. We do use machinery, but the machinery is as simple as this. It is just helping us to build that biodiversity and build the organic content on top of the ground. You can come through here and aerate with a lawn aerator. That would also help as well if you're on a small scale property. But the easiest and simplest ways is fungi, bacterias, and worms. And you don't just stop there. you continue to apply every week, every month, every season, and every year. If you did this, you will increase your productivity and yields by 100, 1,000 times in size, in productivity and yields for your animals and for your land. And to build soil humus, you need the biomass. So this is where Earth Love Global can come in, regenerate your land effectively and efficiently, and get you back on track for 2022 and beyond. Thank you for your time from the entire Earth Love Global team. Look forward to speaking with you shortly, and yeah, feel free to contact us at www.earthloveglobal.com.au. That's earthloveglobal.com.au.